Good evening. It's December 10, 2020. It's about Christmas in about 1 week, 2 weeks. No. Let me see. 2 weeks. Let's first start the show. Wow, that was quite a noise. Let's see. Where do we start today? We're going to do some debugging. There was some comment on one of the videos that I put on YouTube. Let me go to YouTube. Quickly, where is my YouTube? And then I need to switch to my screen. Otherwise you can't see a thing. I uploaded this video, Debug OfficeJs stuff. And there was some comment in there. High grade video, but my debugger doesn't stop in the breakpoint. Do you have any idea why? Usually that's when you're not using an admin prompt to start your development. But let's find out, because there was more comments on this. Let me check if we can find this in the video somewhere. Go to my channel, videos, and it was one of these debug things. How to build, debug this one. I don't want to play it immediately. Lot of comments over here. Steve Tomlin had the issue where the item was refused to connect. And I've seen this before, but I'm not sure what it was again, so we're going to look at that again. Second one, great video, but my debugger doesn't stop. Great work. I was looking for help debugging a React-based Office add-in. I followed all the steps, but still the debugger does not get attached. Can it be a problem? I have Edge Chromium installed, and that might be the problem. Not so much that you have Chromium installed, but that you're not triggering the other WebView. Somehow uninstalling Edge Chromium and resetting debugging as per your instruction did work. That's by using this command. To reset the manifest. Notepad. Oh, let's do that in here. This one. MPX Office add-in settings set WebView to Edge, and Edge is actually the old WebView. The WebView 2 is coming up. And is something announced maybe around January, maybe. But let's first try this out. So how do we do this? Let's start with a command prompt. Command, and run this as admin. Don't forget to do that. This is an important step. You can see I'm an admin this time. Data, cd, data, repos. Let's make a new date. Make directory 2020 12/10 for today. cd 2020 10 12/10. Let's start with nothing. Let's say welcome to everyone in the chat. Welcome everyone. There's a big audience already. So the suggestion is to do this with Yeoman to start quickly. Yo, Office. Hopefully that's installed already. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. Wow. This is very slow today. Come on. What's up? There it is. That took quite some time. Office Add-in task pane project. Let's do it. And make that a JavaScript for now. Do you want to name your add-in? Test debugging. And let's do a Excel add-in. Running npm install. There was a discussion with the Office Add-in community call that a lot of these examples are building up from a huge code base, like with npm, webpack, and a lot of other stuff. Oh, I typed welcome without an E. That should say welcome with a big E. No, not leaving out the E, because that's a complete different language. Today I got my second Streamlabs chair. This is my first one. And the other one is still in the box, quite heavy. I have to build it up, I think around Saturday maybe, if I can find some time for that. What's this? I think it's still working. Thank you for using Core.js. Okay. Now let's go into this project. What did we get? One project test debugging. Test debugging code dot. And as we are running from an admin prompt, we're now also in Fish Studio code admin. And here's the project with some webpack stuff. TypeScript config thingy, and that's interesting, but that's probably needed for webpack maybe, because this is a JavaScript project, so it's not really needed for the project itself. Then we have the manifest that's telling the host, like Word or Excel in this case, that the application, where the application can be found, in this case on localhost. And now we need to, let's go open Go to OfficeJs, start Visual Studio Code in the open repo directory. Now we have to go to the launch section in here. We need to add a little thing, something there. A little configuration to debug. Copy. So we're adding another configuration. Attach to Office Add-ins. And now there might be an issue with this one, because this is not always showing the 0 at the end, but sometimes also a 6 or a 3 or whatever. But I found that it's not consistent to be a 0. Also make sure that your host info, in this case, is set to Excel. That's important. Otherwise, this complete string won't be recognized. But we'll see that in a minute. Start the terminal. And first build it. Build. Oh. Yeah, and that's what I do every week. By now, I have to switch to, I think, to source, maybe. Is it? No, not really. Why is this? The command is not built. npm start. It should be a build also, I think. Let's have a look at this one. Commands. Build. Oh, npm run build. Interesting that this comment is still mentioning run script. Is that also functional? Now it's built by Webpack and a lot of stuff in here. It shows you that the host will host somewhere, maybe. Well, anyway, let's first see what the WebView is that is used. That's what we just discussed. By sending the command, I should say, npx Office Add-in dev settings WebView manifest, and that's set to has not been set. So let's explicitly set this to Edge. Don't forget to do that. WebView type is set to Edge. Now npm start. npm start. There's Node kicking in. Excel triggered. Now we have to wait for this, I think. Interesting is I don't see something loading. Oh, it took some time. Usually this is a lot faster. The node is still in here. Let's see, or maybe it installed the certificate something, maybe. It's running on port 3000. So now we have this one, show task pane. Remember that you do have to start the task pane first before you can see this item in your development environment. So it should be visible now in Dev Edge DevTools. There you are. Test debugging. This is the application, and you notice that it's exactly this line should be the same as in your launch item. In here, localhost 3000, task pane HTML. Let's put it side by side. Host info, Excel Win32 1601, and it's nicely set to 0 in here. So now let's see if we can trigger the debugger. So we have the task pane active right now. Let's trigger the debugging. Control Shift D to trigger the debugger, and select the attach to Office Add-ins to select this part, and run this. And hopefully it will attach to the application. And it's refusing. It's the same thing that we see with in the comments. So that's nice. Well, nice. At least it's a repro. Error processing connect. eConnect refused. That's interesting. Let's make a screenshot of this. Print screen. (9222). Copy and put that in my show notes. Because this is actually a nice repro of the error. People at Microsoft won't be happy with this. Open launch it. Yeah, I already had that open. And it's apparently doing something with this. And it's not allowed to do it. Let's do a quick Google first. VS Code Debugger Extension for, come on, for Office Add-ins. Error. Processing attach. Connect. Econ refused. Double N. One two 7.0.0.1 99222. I think it's 9222, yes. And there you see the same error. August. Interesting, this is on Stack Overflow. The Microsoft team actually recommends doing this on Stack Overflow. There's no answer for this. Starting the Office Add-ins JavaScript, spend a lot of time in tutorials and documentation, blah blah blah. Get the following error. Assume with configuration somewhere. Same thing, 9222. Must launch Chrome with remote debugging enabled in order for the extension to attach to it. With remote debugging enabled. Right-click Chrome, select target, properties target field, remote debugging port. So it must be related to the remote debugging. Apparently. Launch setting. Stopping the debugger, closing all of my running Chrome windows, restarting debugger. Type Chrome. Oh. Type Office Add-in. Let me see. Someone mentioned closing all the Chrome things. Issue with VS Code, you must launch Chrome with remote debugging enabled in order for the extension to attach to it. I would also suggest to use ADLS download file for better usability. I found solution since we're facing, you must launch Chrome with remote debugging. It's my default browser in this. Let's change this to Edge, and then it depends on which one. Let's go to the add-in first for the debugger to attach. Oh, yeah. Control D. Start debugging. Breakpoint is not working, and then probably is this going to GitHub now? There's GitHub. Then we have some issues there. And guess what? There's the same issue. It's my guess. Yeah, same thing. Running yes. What's the URL? You specifying launch, that's correct. I think this command is not completely right. Let's have a look at this. This is the manifest in here. Yeah. There's the manifest. So without param, it should say edge, and it's saying edge. App container is WebView in this case. Manifest, and then the options, and the options are in this case edge, accepts EA, IE, edge or default. And we are using edge. Back to the add-in. Nine 222. I had uninstalled Edge, and Edge changed back to Edge. This command did not work, so I try issue another command, blah blah blah. This is set to Edge. Wrong command. This is also right, because you can actually see this if you go to. Did I close that? No, in here. That's interesting. Would that also be possible to do something like HTTPS localhost 9222? No. Well, if so, this is available. Let's continue with this. I can visit and that's what I can also do, most likely, because that's just the website from the add-in, but you want to attach to this. So I create a new project to provide some error messages, blah blah blah, add-in, creating UDF, blah blah blah. This is just building the thing that I also did. Allow loopback. desktop. Debugging started. This will build the Visual Studio version, I think. Did you open add-in task pane? Yes, that's what we did as well. Same problem with Dragon K. Name Excel desktop. Debugging starting, but I can't catch any of my breakpoints. Specify a different port in 9222 in launch, and just in case that port might be already in use. This is the same thing that I got as well. Are you running VS Code admin? Yes. So same repeat. What's this? Browse to. No, the 9 is incorrect. Oh. JSON, okay. That should be 922, most likely. No. No JSON. So this is not the case. You're not running Edge Chromium. Is to check in your task manager. If you see a process, details, processes, there was something changed, I think. Boom, funny renders. What are we doing? We're trying to get a debugger attached to an Office add-in. But it's a pain in the ass. Because there is an issue on GitHub. Actually, the message was sent out to me as a comment in my video. In my video it was all working, but some of these guys had some issues like this. Error processing attach. And they're running into this one. And I just did the same repo as I created my video, and guess what? There's the same result for VS Code Debugger Extension for Office Add-ins. So it might be a bug in the extension. But first let's see what the solution is in here. Same thing, you see the same error. Just to clarify, yes, running as admin. Been there, done that. Good way to check a row, and yeah, that's where I was. This was where I was just before I commented on funny. If you see a process called host.exe in your task, when your task pane is open, then you are not running at Chromium. then you're not running Edge Chromium and the debugger extension should work. And this is not what I see. Another good way to ensure that you're not running Edge Chromium is to check in your task manager if you see a process called dub-a-host. When your task pane is open, and I have my task pane open, there it is. Let's see. In the web page, there was a web page. Let's go to this one. No, it's already here. And go to the developer tools in here. Let's see what's in there. There's the same command. Looking good. Warning, OfficeJs is loaded outside of Office. Yes, of course. There's task pane, everything is here, but there's just no connecting to the database, to the thingy in here. Task pane. Assets, Webpack, there's a yellow thing. Can I break in here? That's a breakpoint, so that's not possible to run this, I think, because I'm not able to run the run command from here because I'm not in Office. But this all looks like it's right. Close this, go back to the comments here. If you see a process called dub-a-host when your task pane is open, then you're not running Edge Chromium and debuggers should work. But I don't see dub-a-host. That's not working. What's this for a browser? Based on Chromium. And this is not supported, I think. Yeah. And I don't get this. Yet. However, you can use the debugger from Microsoft Edge extension, which does support Edge Chromium. To use the debugger from Microsoft Edge extension, please go to do the following: install the debugger for Microsoft Edge extension. That's a different one. Then you attach it, and the web root. Debug, Excel, this is Excel desktop. Where my desktop application launches. I'm not using the desktop. Here you have. I don't have this one. Thanks for the reply. Yes, VS Code is been running as admin. Yes. Tried something blah blah blah. Can't reach this page. In both Internet Explorer and Edge. The add-in still runs at 4200. However, after checking Task Manager, see www.a host is running in Details tab. My understanding from this Stack Overflow question is that the web add-in on my web version of Windows is running Internet Explorer. Is Visual Studio Code extension only compatible pre-Chromium ads? Yes, that's the case. Or should I expect to work with IE as well? Same blah blah error. Refuse to connect. Recreated a fresh Yeoman project. That's exactly what I did. Not with React, but TypeScript. Same problem again. Are you running VS Code as admin? Yes, here repeating itself. Did not support resolve it. Discovered my problem. Decided to try to reinstall Yo, and I got this error. Couldn't find Yo binary. Blah blah blah. It's interesting because my username is not Steven but Steven last name. It should be trying to reference that here. Yeah, I'm not using node modules in my case. Create a new user account with no spaces in it. I have no user account with spaces. Maybe the folder is. No spaces in here. Now the debugger will work as I can still cannot see console log, do anything terminal, blah blah, idle for 5 minutes. I have the typing response and I will get the and this means it's not reaching out to the website, I think. Let me hear what things are working. Perhaps find a bug in the debug extension. We'll check that after the holidays. See the console logging, please add this to the debugger config in launch. Trace is verbose. Steve, thanks, blah blah blah. Console log, blah blah blah. Oh, this is a different question. I look into the launch configs and the app TX to see how it replicates on our end. Yeah, that's a different question. Let's check on the other ones. This is another issue. WebView 2, this is not supported. After trying the WebView switcher again, I see the dub host process is in fact running, and I'm able to attach the debugger. Further testing on this, blah blah blah. Start to end. This is my start to end video. That's why I showed you at the beginning. I observed that failure to attach the desired process sometimes results in the process left over from a previous debugging session. I started with a clean thing. Note, in my scenario, I only have been debugging legacy Edge. I haven't tried to switch web views yet. What's this? You can check this by seeing if there is a process called dub host. It almost looks like the switching is not working. Let's close everything. Close this, don't save. Close everything. Close, close. Close, and now change my default browser there to Edge, and that's a normal, the non-Chromium Edge. Close this as well. Now, there we go. Command window. Start as administrator. Yes. See the data repos. See the 2020 12 10. See the test debugging. Code dot. npm start. Let's have a look at the output here. I said look to the output here. This started. And process 1408 on port 3000. So that's right. No problems. Output the debug console. Now let's start this one. And have a look at the task manager. See if we can find some details here. They are looking good. Go to here, Control Shift, Debugger, select Attach to Office Add-in, and run it. We got some output here. I think we have a connection right now. Go in here, find red, yellow maybe. It's yellow by default. Let's make a breakpoint there. Now go in here, select something and run, and it's breaking. God damn. So what was changed in here? Except my default browser. F5. And we should see a yellow area. Yes, it actually worked. So now let's see what is going on. Close everything again. Don't save. Don't save. Kill node. Kill VS Code. Kill the admin prompt. And change back the default browser to Chrome. Default browser. Chrome. There you go. Let's have a look. If I go in here, CNN.com for instance. I'm not sure what I'm going to show here, but a lot of cookies, but it's Chrome starting up. Yes. Now let's do it again. Command window. And go to data repos. Go to 2020 1210. Go to test debugger. Oh, test debugging code dot. And this is not right because now I'm not in the admin pane. So close everything. Command. Control Shift Enter. Gives me an admin pane. Data repos. Go to 2020 1210. That's today. Go to test debugger. Test debugging code dot gives me an admin prompt for code. Let's run npm start. That kicks in Node again. Go to the task manager. Details. There you go. We have the wrong host. I think. Google. WDF host X. WDF host exit. What is it? I need a recent one. Run this. Oh, there you are. So it probably will work as well today with this one. So let's check first what's the WebView I'm using today with this. Set to Edge, so that's right. Now attach the debugger. Ctrl-Shift-D. Attach to Office. Look at the debug console. Looks like it's working again. Run. There it is. Break. I can make it red, but it's probably picking it up for... Let's check if it's rebuilding. F5. And Excel, it's still red, yellow, but if I now rerun it, breaking again, F5. Now it's red. So now it's working. So why did it go wrong in the first place? Let's try this again. Let's start from the top. So there we go. Now we're going to repeat the same thing all over again. Command. No, I'm making the same mistake now. Command. Run as admin. Go to my data repos. Make directory 2020 12 10 2. CD 2020 12 10 2. And then yo office. JavaScript, we do exactly the same thing. Test, debugging, Excel, and wait a bit. To get all the files in. Have a little patience for this. I'll lie back too much in my new chair. Most likely fall asleep. Because it's already 11 p.m. over here in the Netherlands. Go to, what does it say? Go to test debugging, npm start, go dot. Well, sideload the add-in, blah blah blah, but you don't want to do that. Go to test debugging, code dot. That will give me an admin version for the code window. Open a terminal, npm start. Oh, I forget something. But that's okay. Let's first see if we can start this. Task manager. Node. It's compiled already. Task manager. Details. Now we don't have the dub.a. And we still don't. WebView stop unload. Debug the WebView. Attach Visual Studio Code to WebView instance using Microsoft Debugger for Edge. That's interesting because that's the other debugger. To prevent this dialog appearing in the future, click cancel. I want to see it the next time as well. So interesting that it's mentioning to select the other debugger now. But as you can see, it's now not set to dub.a. So close this and don't save. And don't save. Now we have to put in the launch area again. Copy. Go to Visual Studio Code, launch. Add this part in. Save this and check if we are using Edge or Chromium right now. We now on nothing, it's not been set. That means it takes the default and we explicitly want to use Edge for this. Test it again. Now it's set to Edge. Now let's start all over again. npm start. There we have it. Oh, Node is not starting. So I have to kill Node, most likely. Don't save. Task manager. Is there a Node entry available? Yes. Task. npm start. There it is. I must say the Node server is quite quick today. I don't think I've seen it this fast. loading the add-in. There it is. Let's have a look at the task manager. Details. Now we have dubbed up a host in there. So let's check. My guess is that it will work right now. Ctrl+Shift+D for the debugger. Select the Office Add-ins. Put this to debug console to have a look what's going on. Attach. And it found it. Also have a quick check for the dev preview. That's also working. Go to the files. Task pane JS. There's a yellow in here. F9. Select some area and run. And it was actually breaking, so I make that red again. It's recompiling, by the way, I think now. Select an area, run. It's now set to red, but my guess it's from the previous run. Oh, it's already red. Yes, nice. Blue. Save. It's recompiling. Run. Hitting blue. 5. And it's blue. So it's still working, even though I completely did the same. So let's start with a clean machine. Let's reboot this sucker. And while we are waiting for that, seven comments. Yeah, this looks like somewhat similar to what I've seen just now. Read more. It's not easy to get the source of your error, blah, blah, blah. Okay, let's go to this link here, because I want to add an answer for that in here. What's this? Office Add-ins, JavaScript, same thing. Yeah, it's exactly the same thing. Fascinating. That's fascinating. Let's quickly see if My VM is already up and running. I think it's in here. Restart. Live coding. Open. That's opening on my different window, my other window. One of my other windows. But I will drag it over to the stream here. There we go. And let's do it again. Command window. Let's do it in one run. Let's first check the browser. Oh, there's my Teams going around. Quit. My test development Teams version. Hide my Cortana because it's not working anyway. First check the browser. www.microsoft.com. And this is kicking in Chrome. So my default browser is Chromium. Command window in admin mode. There we are. Go to data repos. Make directory 2020-12-10 version 3. Go to 2020-12-10-3. Empty, as you can see. Running in admin mode. Yo Office. We do exactly the same as the first time. That will take some time to initialize again. There we are. Task pane project. A plain task pane project from the type JavaScript. Call it test debugging. Feels like Groundhog Day today, doing the same thing all over again. Excel. Now it's doing the npm install. If it fails, try running the command yourself. I don't want to do that. I have my tools for that. I'm quite interested in the other option that the add-in proposed, is to use the debugger for Edge instead of the debugger for Office. There we are. Go to test debugging. And we're still in admin mode. Code dot. Let's check my notes quickly. Open Visual Studio Code. Now we add this launch section in. Launch. Copy. Check if Excel is in there. And this ends at 0, but we'll see if that's still correct. That's it. Now we have to check. First, save this. Check the version for the WebView by running the terminal. Leaving out Edge to see what's the current setting. Has not been set. Now we set it to Edge. Check if that's actually the case. Nice. Set to Edge. Now, let's run this npm start. There it goes. Wait for the command to complete. Bring in the task manager to have a look at the details. No dub.a yet, but let's, and also check it on the dev tools. Should not be there either, no, because if you just, when you open this one, you now should see refresh. There it is. Interesting that the other one is now gone. And the task manager, it's showing 2 host items. That's interesting. Okay. Now try to attach the debugger. Ctrl+Shift+D. Select Office Add-ins. Make the debug console visible to see some action there. Attaching. I think it found it again. So if I now go to yellow, there you go, and put in a breakpoint, go to Excel, select some nice area there and hit run, and it's actually breaking. 5. Nice, all working, and we should see a yellow bar here. Let's make this red for now, save it. Let's see if it's recompiling. Apparently it's recompiling. Select an area, run, breaking at 5, at red, F5. And surprise, we have a red box in there. Let's make that blue. You see that it's loading, reloading in here. Run, finding the blue line. And F5 again. And we see a blue box. So everything's still working. So the one thing that's happening when you're getting this dialog, the open launch issue with the eConnect refused. What I did was just switching between default browser for quick switch and switch it back. In that case, if you run it again, you should see the dub a host item in there again when you have the task pane loaded. So let's see if it's closed if we stop all of this. Don't save. One is gone, one's down. And stop debugging here. That one is still around, so I'm not sure why that one is triggered. Let's close this one down as well. Node. Close this. Oh, it's probably this one. Close. There you go. So the dev preview is also a host item. Do we have a good definition for a host? A host. Host for a Metro app. That's an old term. Metro. Do we have an explanation from Microsoft maybe? No. Well, the conclusion of all of this is most likely that you have to quickly switch from browser to get this fixed. Let's go to GitHub. PMP add-ins. And it was one of the issues. No, it was not the add-ins. It was the other one. Is it this one maybe? Yeah, this one. Where they all have the same issue like this. What's the PR? It connects this one. It's a different issue. Use docs PR. Follow the instructions from this one. Okay. Install and use the debugger. This is the complete set. Basically what we did as well. The 9222 entry. And then we have this breakpoint on the yellow. Okay, so I have two items here that I can comment on. As well as on my YouTube channel comment. Edge. WebView 2. It's not mentioned here at all. Okay. tracking this issue at blah blah blah, so closing this one out, but this is still open, I think. Is this closed? Yeah, this is one is closed, so no need to comment on that anymore. So I have to comment on this one. That's basically this one. Solution. Create a new user. Now this is a different solution. It's not the right solution. As said by Courtney Owen, that's probably a different issue. So what I will do with this is response to everyone, write an answer to this one. Let's make a copy of this and put it in the show notes. Also the YouTube entry in here. And maybe write some blog post. Write a blog post on this issue. Okay, I think we proved some, at least that the issue exists. Also, we saw that there is a solution for this, and what is causing it? That's really the real question. I'm not sure what the cause is, but I think Chromium is interfering with launching the Edge engine, the dub.a host, and something else is used doing so. So let's also quickly go back in here, command, and make a screenshot of the dub.a. No, doing it again. It should be the admin prompt. Command, Shift Enter, gives you the admin prompt. Go to data, repos, go to 2020-12-10 version 3, going to see test debugger, debugging, code dot have the launch section in here, then npm start, bring in Node and Excel, open a task manager, go to details, sort it on name, no dub.a yet, open task pane. Now you notice this one. Make a print screen of that. Oh, print screen. Copy. that's the screenshot. And if you run dev tools preview, the same thing happens. You show this by interesting, the Cortana pane now reappears again. But this one is actually showing the same thing. And we have a second a host here. I said print screen. Well, let's take a small shot from this area. Now it's just running out of scope. Come on, guys. That's better. And another one. Print screen. DevTools. So you can see the exact URL that you defined in your settings over here. That's an important one. Let's attach the debugger quickly, because I'm pretty sure it will work now. Excel is running. Attach the debugger. Go to debug console and we see some output here, successful. That sounds pretty good. Select some area, run. And it's breaking on blue this time. 5. And now we get a blue area. Hit it again. Let's first make this magenta. I thought I was saving this. Is that not the right color? Pink? Don't think it's recompiling at this time, but let's do this. 5. And it's pink. Let's try the magenta again. Yeah, we saw it reloading here. Run. Breaking. 5. And back, and we have magenta. How cool is that? I think we have a winner. Okay. Well, I got all my screenshots needed for this. Don't save. Don't save. And all the other screenshots I can get from the live stream, as we are streaming this live to YouTube and Twitch. And I can use that as a source for my other blog posts, images. Well, I will update the comments there. So let's get back to the main screen here. And good thing is to see that we actually found the solution. Well, not sure that we found a solution, but we can recover from this issue. And so that's a good thing. What is causing it is still a question, but we'll see about that. Maybe some comment from the Office team. If they do some more research, or maybe they can just say it after looking at this video. And but anyway, using the debugger on the Edge WebView apparently works with some quirks, and but it's it's working anyway. So let's wrap up with that. Let's see if next week is around the 17th. That will be another episode of my live coding session, most likely again from Office development. But for now, let's wrap this up. It was good to see you all in chat, especially Fanny Reinders, my old companion. And let's wrap it up with the end leader. See you next time in a week, maybe, and in my blog post and on my comments on YouTube. See you later. Bye bye.